Hi, Calista. How you doing? Thank you for including your work. Let's go and take a look at the front. Looking better, definitely. Well, I'm just going to reduce the size of that a little bit so we can get the whole thing in the window. So it's looking good. But again, there's a couple of things here I would recommend. I do not recommend center alignment. It's as long as you're studying typography and layout, we might as well learn and practice how to activate negative space. And center alignment does not do that. So I would think of some other way to present this other than center alignment. The not only the configuration and the typographic composition on the page, but also the typography itself. You have this centered on this. Okay, so I do not recommend center alignment. Also, this type is somewhat jocular. It's a little humorous, almost seems like a Comic Sans-esque type. So I think that's loaning a little bit of humor, jocularity to something that otherwise is a pretty serious topic. That's good right there. That's good. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the back of the poster. Back of the poster has some issues, Calista. I'm not going to lie to you here. I did recommend some of these things to you, and a lot of this is going to be repetition here. So there's a couple of problems with the back of the poster. Number one is, again, you're center aligned. So that's not really doing a whole lot for your negative space. The typography itself, you're using a script typeface, and we do not set body copy in script, ever. It's too hard to read. This is extremely difficult. I would say a lot of viewers will take a look at this and just bypass reading it altogether because, number one, it's in a script face. Number two, the character count is too long. Optimal character count, 50 to 70 characters. I would say go to 2 columns of type here. I would not place the type on a box. A box indicates a lot of young, inexperienced designers want to place things in boxes. And the problem with placing elements in boxes is it creates a degree of separation on the page as opposed to harmonizing and creating unity on the page. So I do not recommend typography in the box. The timeline type is all center aligned, and it's creating these really stressful shapes. The negative space is creating these really irregular shapes that are almost difficult not to see. I do not recommend center aligning the type in the timeline. As far as everything else goes, I'm going to, you want to use old style numbers or reduce the size of your numbers there. Small caps as opposed to all caps. Matter of fact, let me bring up the list of things that I'll be looking for. In grading the final right here. Okay, so you want to adjust your rags. Okay, use small caps instead of all caps. Use old style numerals or reduce the scale of your numbers. Correct use of dash, M dash, N dash. Correct use of italics. Optimal character count. Superscript. Hanging punctuation. Orphans and widows. We do have orphans and widows in your timeline. Appropriate use of negative space, a designed timeline, which this is designed. You're taking an element out of the front of the poster and using it for the back. Typographic composition for the laureate's name on the front, and then all rules of type from typographic rules in a week 4 discussion. So definitely want to review therein. Okay, so if you have any questions at all, please let me know. But those are my recommendations moving forward. Okay, thank you very much.